صباح الخير. Good morning. We complete in this video the how to design and implement GPA Calculator as an application for the concept of decision making in programming using Python or making a decision. So the exercise here, how to write a code for GPA Calculator. GPA, it's the results of the students. It's an aspect of showing the results of the students in high schools or in the colleges and at the universities. So we have the exercises. We need to, if the student get more than or equal 95%, it get A plus. If it's get more than 90%, it get A, and so on until if he is less than 60%, this person failed and showing F degree. Okay? So how to do this? I designed this in three simple codes. Started with this code, this very simple code, and then we increase the complexity of the code for this code, and then more complexity with this code, and then the highest complexity with this code. So I will discuss in this video every code step by step. Let's start with the simplest code, which is GPA. GPA code, I ask the user to enter the student degree or the student result, and this will be stored using result variable, and then I will check or ask a question if this result is greater than or equal 95%, it will print A plus. If result more than or equal 90%, it print A, and so on until if there is no of these conditions, it will automatically be failed, because if he is not one of these values, so he is less than 60%, so will be failed and will be printed fail. So let's try this code. I can try it using the prompt in the Windows. Simply I will enter the code where it's found in the folder BC. I called in BC folder in the prompt C. So I will enter it using the DOS command cd, then the name of the folder. Then I will write Python, and the name of the program, which is GPA.Python.py. Enter the student degree. Let's say that the student get 80%, so its result is B. If he got 70%, I have to operate. I have to operate. Then if he get 70, he will enter. I can operate this video. I can. This code, sorry, in the compiler, online compiler. Let's copy this code and then go to the compiler. Python compiler, online compiler. Ctrl A, Ctrl V. Then run. Enter the degree. Let's say that the person is less than. So it's fair. If so, this is the simplest code for GPA Calculator. Let's increase. So let's transfer to the more complexity, so we will open this code, which is the GPA underscore subject. Here I used arrays. I used array for every subject. So I started with just 3 subjects: math subject, science subject, and English subject. And we have an array for all the subjects. So here we have just 3 subjects, so this array includes the included subjects, and another array for the names of the subjects in strings. And we have array for students. This is the names of the students. So this degrees for math 3 results, because we have just 3 students. So let's do some modification in this. We can add an array for computer. So I will write computer يساوي, and I will copy this, and then I will make some changes. So here it get 95, and here we get 1, and here we get 0.8, and here is the computer. Add the subject, Ctrl C, and add here V, and then add the string of the name of the subject. So we will put hashtags, double quotations. Then we add also another student. So this student will be named LH. Okay. So LH, this is the 4th student. I need to add a degree for this student. Will take 100% in math and 0.7 in science, and then 0.90 in English, and then 0.95 in computer. Then I will discuss this. I print 3 line or separate line here, and math GPA, and then or the GPA subject, and then we define an array for calculating the A plus, and an array for the failed students. Then we did the result variable, which is entered for the first code, simplest code, as a command to neglect it or don't use it. Instead of we used this for loop, and this is the new. This is the complexity in this program. So in this complexity we use arrays, meaning different arrays for the degrees or the results in the 4 subjects, and 2 arrays for the subject names, and 1 array for the students' names. Okay, and 2 dynamic arrays for showing or calculating the students who get the maximum or the A plus degrees, and the failed students in the subjects. We start the for loop with J, which is the counter or control of the loop, and this in the range of which is the length of the subject. We have 4 subjects here, so the length here is 4. So I start from 0 to 3, and then print the students' names, std name, their subject of J, and degrees subject of J. So here we start with the subject, first subject with math and the variable. Okay. Time. Subject equals subject of J, and then subject of A and subject of F. It's dynamics, and then for I a range of len of subject, result is subject of I. This nested loop So we have two loops, one inside the other. The outer loop of counter j and of size of the subject array, and the inner loop of counter or control I and its length, the size of subj, okay, which subj equals the subject of j. Then we take the result, the first result of the array of the subject, and then compare this result with these values, and if he the student is A plus, so we will append and insert this value in the dynamic array AA, subject AA, okay, by using the append function with the student name, with its student name, okay. And also, if the student gets one of these values, he will just print the value of his degree, if A, B plus, B, C plus, C, D plus, and but if it failed, it will be appended and stored in the array subject. So we have to just erase here array for A plus اللي هو G subject J A A, and array for failed students اللي هو subj F. These are only the two arrays. You can do arrays for A, arrays for B plus, array for B, and so on. But I did, for simplicity, just two arrays for the maximum value, clever students who get A plus, and students who get failed in this subject. And at the last, I will print the student name or value, and if he get A plus, subject A, and the failed students subject F. So let's try this GPA underscore subj. We will try it first in the command. So we will write Python, and then GPA underscore subj dot py, and enter. So here mass GPA, so I have to save this. I have because I did some modification, so I have file and save, and let's showing this is the results of the while there was mass, I changed it to subject GPA, and here you just have 3 students. I modified to be 4 students, and I have just science, math, and English. There will be computer. So let's try again using the new data and new code. Enter. If there is any problems, we will go and change this problem. So here there's some syntax error. We neglect or don't add the comma between the first for the newest item. So we will modify it it's in the science array. Go back in the code and go to science, and then insert comma, and here we have also to be inserted comma, and to insert here comma. Okay, let's try again. File and save, and go to the command prompt and try. Now we have the subject GPA changed. Now we have the mass values who get A plus, these 3 students, and we have 1 failed in math. A plus, B, and C. These are for science, so we have 2 A plus, no failed student. This for the for math coming at the last, and science. So students names, we have A plus, B plus, D and A plus. These are in English. So we have 2 A plus and no failed students. For computer we have 3 A plus and 1 B. So we have these students A plus and no 1 failed. This is the code. We can't try this code in the online compiler. We will copy it. Control A, copy, and go to the compiler. And Control A, Control V, and try it here. We got the same results as you see. Let's go to the other more complex code, which is subject GPA underscore subj underscore SCT for student. This is the code. We enlarge it, and here we have added the computer science as a subject, and we added here also. But the new here, we are calculating the average and the full degree or result. We calculate the full result of the students, i.e. the summation of the all subject results, and moreover we calculate the average of the students of all subjects. So we divided the full or total subject over the number of subjects, so we get the average of the students' result. So moreover here we added these 2 arrays for the students. We just used here 3 students as example. We print separate line as before. These are the same 2 dynamic arrays for calculating or showing the students, all students who get A plus in the subject and all students who failed in the subject. We have another dynamic array for full. It's related to full degree for result, who get 100% in the A, and I will write the comment here. The full result means 100% in the subject. I will add here in the subject. And started here outer loop, which is the control or counter H, and the size of this loop is the same size of the subject array. So here we have 4 subjects, so we have 4 items. The size is 4. Start from 0 to 3. The loop for finding results and GPA and A plus and the failed students. Student, this line will print students names, student name, subjects will degrees will subject of H. Subject, this is a variable equals the subject of H, so start from 0 till 3. You can modify this code. I will put the link of this code on the cellular link. You can use it and modify this code for all the subjects in your school. So if you have 12 subjects, you can modify this array for the 12 subjects, and every subject will include its array, and this the number of students. So we have 3 students. You can modify it for 20 students, 25, 30 students, according to the class of students. How many students in the class? And I will also put a link for a YouTube video showing you how to convert the data from Excel sheet, a column in Excel sheet, in a separate or separated data by comma. So we can copy this data and insert in the array. Every array for the math array, science array, physics array, chemistry array, and so on. Let's complete. We have full array dynamic. Beside the arrays for A plus and the array for failed student, I added an array for full, which complete or include the students who get full degrees. Full degree means 100% in the subject. Then the same as before, we commented this line because we use the result here in another way to store the subject result, and here we have the counter or controller in this array, this loop, which is I. So start with the first value, this first value in math, and second value, and third value, and so on for all students. And then after we finish math, we go to the outer loop for transferring from one subject to other subject until we finish all subjects. And if we are in the subject, first subject, as example, math, so we are here inside the insider loop or the inner loop, the inner nested loop, which is of counter I. We are moving or rounding inside the subject, the same subject. We are the outer loop rounding or moving from one subject to other subject like this, and the inner loop moving around from one element inside the array of this subject to the next element. This is the difference between the outer loop and the inner loop. And while we are in the inner loop, we here modifying or appending the full array if the student get 100% in this subject. Okay, we will add his name in this array. Okay, and also append the full, and these are two arrays because there are two different usage for every array. You can do this for you can modify this code for adding array for who calculate getting A or B plus or B or C plus and so on. I also have an array. This is the same code for the before or the previous simple code which we discussed before, and the same also for the failed student. There is an array for failed students, and this is the code. Let's try this code. This code, its name GPA subj underscore ST. We first if there is any modification, we saved it now. We will try it in the command prompt. So we will enter and then write Python underscore GPA underscore اللي هو subj underscore ST اللي هو for student and dot by, and now he is calculating. First of all, he output the name of the students and their math degrees. This is GPA in math. He got full mark and full mark. The first student AH get full mark, and then full mark for SM, and the third one KF was filled, so he get F. math full mark انا عندي اتنين خدوا في الفول مارك اللي هو الاي اتش والاس ام، واللي خد اي بلس مفيش ولا واحد، والفيلد اللي هو الكي اف. برضه بنطبع هنا الستودنتس ودول الديجريز بتاعتهم، سو انا عندي هنا اتنين فول مارك. ماشي، وواحد A بلس، هو ده اللي حصل اهو، A بلس زين فول مارك زين فول مارك. ودي كانت اللي هي ايه في الساينس، فانا عندي 2 فول مارك وعندي واحد A بلس، ما عنديش حد فيلد في الساينس. يجي بعد كده في الاري اللي بعده او السبجكت اللي بعده اللي هو الانجلش سبجكت. We have 3 students and there are these degrees, so we have no one failed. We have 1 A plus, we have 1 B plus, and we have 1 D. For students in computer science, this is your GPA. We have 2 full mark اللي هو ال AH وال SM اهو. We have no A plus, we have D. So, but what about the calculation of the total degrees? And the average. So, the average degrees and the total degrees. Let's go back and check the subjects here. We have the full mark. ماشي okay. Here we don't calculate the total degrees or the average degrees, but we have here the arrays, so we can see these calculations in the next and the hardest one in the next code. Let's take a break now and go after a break. We can use the code in the online compiler, copy it and try it in the compiler, the online compiler. Okay, Control V, run. We have the same results, as you see. Okay, so now we move to the hardest code or the more complex code. This code, in this code I modified this code to calculate the total degree and the average degree through these two arrays. Moreover, I checked if the student get full mark and 90%, 1 full mark and 90 and more than 98%, so he is accepted in the STEM education. If he fulfill one condition of the two conditions. The first condition is if he got 1 full mark in one subject in these subjects, math, science, English, and in the same time he get more than 98%, or he get 2 full marks in these 3 subjects, and in the same time get more than or equal 95% in the total degree. And this is the equation which I put it and checked. This is the equation. This is the key or the hardest point in this program, to differentiate between students according to these 3 subjects, which are math, science, English. And if he got 1 full mark in one of these subjects, plus he obtained moreover or equal 95%, he will be accepted. And this is the equation. Where total degree more than or equal to, and same time the total degree more than 95%, or he got more than or equal 98% and 1 more or equal 1 more full mark in one subject in these subjects. Okay, this code I will because it's hard code, I will discuss it in a separate video and the link of the separate video will be included in the description or below in the description. You can find it. So this could need more concentration to discuss it, and I will do it in a separate video. You will find it. This code for STEM education, for students to be accepted in STEM education, this code is for them. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If there is any question, don't hesitate to ask me. I will reply you in a comment or in a separate video. Thanks for watching the video. So before we go, we can operate this video in the online compiler. Ctrl A, Ctrl V, and then run. So here we have the total degrees for the 3 students. This is the first student, and this is the second. We have this is the total degrees from 4. So the first one gets 98.5%, and the second 96%, and the third, this will not go enter STEM education. That the first 2 they can enter according to their full degrees who are obtained. So we have the 2 was accepted. That means they are getting full degrees in the 3 subjects we told. So we have, this is the full subjects. So the first students get full degree in 1 subject, and the second get 2 full degree in 2 subjects, and the third get 1 full degree in 1 subject, but he get less than 95 degrees, just 67.5%. This is the details for the students. So we have 3 students. The first one full mark, and then full mark, and then failed. We failed in the mess. This the degree for the last student. Then in science we have A+, full mark, and we have the third student A+, B+, D. This is in English, sorry. In computer we have D, full mark. Computer is out of the calculations of STEM education. Thanks for watching the video.